What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you? I'm back with my Monday morning crew, Paul and Don. And we were on a night of lake today, and we went right back out on the pancake, and we got right back on them. I hit my first keeper, first cast, and then it was game on from there. We only ended up with 4 keeper walleyes. We had quite a few other, a lot of shorts. We had a couple of monster sheepshead. We did catch about a 220 pounder today on an I-1 blade bait, Homie the Clown. And not only did we catch him, there was 2 fingers together. Treble hook was here, and point had both fingers together. So we made an executive decision out there, even though we were catching fish. We brought Paul in, and we went to our friendly neighbor, nurse, Miss Rita Wicks, and she was able to get them both hook points out. And it was not without struggle. People are gonna laugh or whatever, and you make fun of, getting a hook in you, but we've all had it. If you fished long enough, we've all had hooks in us. Sometimes you can get them right back out, and if it was just 1 point, I might have said turn your head like this, but not with 2. And they were pinched right together. So not a big deal. We have all the time in the world to fish and only 10 fingers.
And we did prove it.
Yeah, we did.
Homie catches everything.
Homie the Clown, I-1 blade baits. Homie catches everything, even well-known pizza makers. So, and that's not that. Listen, that's a PB, like right there. That's a personal best.
Oh yeah.
Homie's never caught anything that size. So we're in for the money right there. Yeah, we caught him on everything. You guys were fishing blades most of the morning.
And even some shiver minnows, some Carls. I threw a couple Carls, yeah.
I rotated through 3 different shiver minnows. I start 4. I started with the chartreuse glow goby, which started right off hitting fish. I mean, I did more on that first drift than anything else. I got a couple gold ones I'll show everybody later that new shiver minnows that I just got, and I kind of painted them up my own way. And both of them caught fish, so this has been the summer of the shiver minnow for me, and pretty quick. You could be catching them on anything, but pretty quick as that water gets cold, that blade bait bite turns back on. And so we'll be fishing blades more and more as the season progresses. But a great morning. Foggier than a son of a gun.
Clean as a start though. It was a perfect sunrise, and all of a sudden, what's that cloud coming?
No breeze, no nothing, and then all of a sudden, and it came.
71 degrees, the water temp.
Yeah, we made a new friend out there today, Hank, from Pennsylvania. How you doing, Hank? He came up to us out in the water and had a great story I won't share here, but it further proves to me a lot of times, and Paul especially will tell me all the time, you don't know who you reach on a daily basis through this. I mean, thousands of people a day watch these videos, and you never know what the other person's going through. And Hank told us a story this morning, and I've been told this same story about 4 times with people that just flabbergast me and humble me. And what we do might not seem important in the grand scheme of things. We're not solving cancer or pulling hooks out of people. We're fishing, and we're having fun. And I want to make sure fishing is fun always. It's serious. I take it very seriously, but it's still just fishing. And if I can help everybody out there catch more fish, that's really what my goal is. The other stuff, when people tell me about how the show affects them and how much they enjoy it, that really is icing on the cake. I mean, what more could you ask for? It'd be like somebody coming to your restaurant and saying, that bite of pizza was life-changing. I'll be back every week, or having a great game, or anything that we do that we love. And when you get to see what it does for people and how it affects people in a positive way, I think that's incredible. And I'll never stop doing what I'm doing, ever. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is why I'm here on this planet. And even if it's just fishing, it's still incredible and fun. And that's what I want to make it. Real quick, yesterday, I went up to the St. Lawrence River to Clayton, New York, and we saw Courtney and I and my buddy Paul and his wife Lisa. The 4 of us went up and watched the weigh-ins for the Bassmaster Elite Series at St. Lawrence River. I don't know how many people out there are interested in tournament bass fishing, and it's not something that I follow year round. But when they make that northern swing, some years they fish Oneida, and when they fish the St. Lawrence, I always tune in to see what those guys are doing and kind of a check-in on that fishery up there, which has been nominated the top fishery in North America now like 10 years in a row. And every one of those guys yesterday, the top 10 guys, we watched the weigh-in, every one of them said the same thing. Doesn't matter where you go, what you're fishing for, this is the best fishery in the country. And those of us that live down here around Oneida, we have an incredible lake. We have a lot of great water in central New York. But the St. Lawrence River is in eastern Lake Ontario is a whole different animal. And the guy that won it, Patrick Walters, I think his name was, and I don't even really know these guys. I don't follow it enough to know them, but there's 4 guys that went over 100 pounds for smallmouth in a 4-day tournament. Last year was the first time it ever happened. There were 2 guys. This year there were 4 guys, and the 5th guy, the guy that finished in 5th place, had 99 pounds, 12 ounces. So he was 4 ounces off breaking 100. So the top 5 would have had 100 pounds plus of smallmouth in 4 days. The guy that won it, it was 105 pounds, his total weight even. Dead even, 105 pounds. That was 20 fish over 4 days. That was a 5.25 pound average smallmouth. 5 1/4 pounds. That is a super chunk. And these guys caught, on average, that was their average fish for 20 fish. Incredible. They almost broke 30 pounds the first day, day 1 weigh-in. The day 1 leader weighed in 29 pounds 6. So he was ounces off a 6 pound average for a 5 fish limit. That is insane. And I'm going to tell you, as soon as the new boat gets here, which I just got a text message this morning that they're putting the last graph on. So I may actually, I guess it's possible if I go to the bank, I might even have my boat today, so we'll see. But the first trip I'm doing after Oneida is up to the St. Lawrence to go bass fishing. So all yesterday did was just get me hyped up. So yeah, great weekend, great morning today, right up until the very end, and everything came out okay. Thank God. Rita was awesome. She was. And out it go, we had some mild screaming and
I did the loudest, I think.
Yeah. Don wouldn't look. He's holding on to him, so we got everything done. I was playing with the dog. So that's our day. Again, now we were fishing anywhere from 25 to 12 on that drift coming up onto the shoal at the Pancake. And they were all through it. We caught fish at every depth. We had more keepers a little bit deeper, but I don't think if I say to you, oh, go fish 20 foot of water, that's not what you want to do. Everything we've done in the last 2 months has been on structure somewhere. And those fish are still keyed right tight on it. Now, today's walleyes, when we pulled them out of the live well, all were coughing up gobies, small perch. When we left the dock this morning, you were saying the weed bed is dimpling, and there's clouds of little perch, about an inch long, 1.5 inches long. 2 months from now, those little perch will be that long, and they'll be snack size, and everything will be looking to eat them before the cold weather comes. So I can't think. I probably talked too long already. I think we're good. Don't get hung up on how deep we're fishing or how deep you think you should be fishing. Find yourself the structure. Here's my structure. Wind's blowing this direction, coming onto it, so I want to start over here. That's my biggest key. You wanna go find those fish, start on the upwind side of whatever piece of structure you find, and start looking around out here. They could be deep on the deep side where it comes up. They could be up here shallow. They could be both. But I'm not going to sit and tell you that there's a magic depth or there's a magic lure. 3 of us today caught fish on 7 or 8 different lures, colors. We all fish it a little differently presentation-wise. Don't get hung up on that. Get hung up on, put on something you can jig, whether it's hair, whether it's blades, whether it's, jig and wrap type baits. Go find structure, get on the upwind side of it and drift right up to it and and start jigging. Start jigging, and you'll be shocked at where those fish are. Don't give up on it when you're right at the boat, straight up and down, because they could have followed it all the way back in. Again today, all of us, but I mean again today, I'd say half our fish came within 10 feet of the boat, finishing that jig, finishing that cast. Don't give up on it. Don't let it get 15 feet away and go, oh, I didn't catch anything, and cast it again. I'm straight up and down, and sometimes double tapping it right at the side of the boat, because you never know. And lately, even in shallow water, 10, 12 foot of water, we're still catching them right there, right at the front of the boat. So get back out there. The jig bite's going to get nothing but better. The trollers are still crushing them. Our friend Jason, I can never pronounce Jason's last name, Real Natural Charter out of Constantia, Spruce Grove, Nick Sokolowski, a couple of these other guys, Tori Pfeiffer, they're just tuning them, trolling still. And that trolling bite won't stop either until it gets super cold. So get out there, do whatever you want, because it's good fishing right now. And the only way you're going to get out there, the only way you're going to get them is to get out there. So, all right, guys, let's get out of here. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you use that. At least it's your left hand.
Yeah.
And it's not your right hand. So
My gripping.
He tosses with the right.
yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and be nice to yourself. Be nice to somebody else, because you never know. You never know. You know when you never know. So thank you, everybody.
Keep your tip up.
Keep your tip up.